Welcome back, everybody. So we are going to be doing a test with Hariyama with this Porygon raid, and as you've seen, there's no clouds, so he's not going to be getting a boost or anything like that. My initial test was go in there and just use all Hariyamas to see if I could take out the Porygon. I already knew I was going to do it, but to my surprise, this thing pulled through and surprised me even more so than I imagined. It was actually able to do it with just two of them, with no cloud boost. So I'm just like, the 2400 and the 2500. I caught those like that. I haven't powered them up. It's just like that. 88% and 82. So Hariyama is sitting at a 209 attack stat and a 288 stamina, which is making it such a tank to just go in there and just do work. You don't have to dodge. So if you're not a big fan of dodging, you're not that great at dodging, but you want a good fighting type, Machamp is still your number one option. But if you want something that can do pretty good amount of damage, take hits all day, Hariyama is your Pokemon to go to for fighting. I'm telling you, I'm surprised. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking, all right, Breloom, I'm sorry. You know, I still really like you, but you're going to have to wait because this one is going to be getting powered up next. I feel like I just want to max out my 100 and call it a day. I could either do that or I could just power up my 88. The difference is so minuscule, and I would be saving over 200,000 Stardust. So we'll have to see. Or I'm just good with these. I mean, as you can see, look at the work. I took a hit with Zap Cannon. I think I took a hit with him and the other one. So I mean, that's a pretty hard hitting move, to be honest. So nice. This is really nice. Okay, so it took it down past half health, and it's just now getting wiped out. Bam, down goes the first one. But look at past half health with no weather boost. I mean, that's pretty amazing, to be honest with you. I'm out here doing these raids and the performance of Pokemon. Machamp was good. This is a new fighting Pokemon that you must power up, that you should have to your arsenal and consider using. Don't just put them aside. I mean, it's worth it. And as you can see, the time, I'm not really stressed for time at all either. So the damage output is amazing as well. What it lacks in attack, it makes up for in stamina, apparently. So very nice. And then the second one is going to finish it off here. I mean, man, are you kidding me? But do remember, my other Machamp did take it out with just one Machamp in cloudy weather. So I have to do it again when the clouds come in to see what it actually can really do. Plus the other one was maxed out. This one isn't completely maxed out, and it hasn't reached the cap quite yet for its attack, because it does cap out at a certain spot. But to be honest, it does gain a slight attack. It's just so minuscule, it doesn't really make too much of a difference here. Alright, so we're going to go into the catch screen, and then we're going to take a look at Ampharos and Magneton. Are they good? Are they? Because I don't really see people using Ampharos too much, because it's one of those Pokemon where it was hard to get. It's hard to get still and obtain. I mean, if you play a lot, I'm sure you have enough candies, and you maybe have one or two, maybe one all the way powered up. I have one powered up, and I also have two other ones on the side, so I enjoy it. Personally, I switched its move from Volt Switch back to Charge Beam, because Volt Switch, I'm not going to be dropping it in gyms right now, and that's the move that you want to have on it when you drop it in a gym. And personally, when you're using it, I said you should probably use it. Maybe you can. It does a lot of damage, but it sucks. You can't dodge or anything like that. So here we go, Tentacruel, and now we're going to test out Ampharos and Magneton. Now initially I was going to go into this and it was going to be how strong is Ampharos, but it turned out to be, well, how strong is Ampharos and Magneton, because they both perform very well, even though the Magneton isn't even all the way maxed out. So I mean, that speaks a lot there. I didn't add this into the list for the Kyogre team lineup because it doesn't have much HP. And honestly, you're going to go in there. If it has Blizzard, it couldn't be considered a good counter. But it's not going to be very effective, you know, that ice move. But it's so weak, it's just going to die anyways. But if it had more CP, more defense, a little bit more HP, it would have been a magnificent, probably one of the top Pokemon to use against a Kyogre. So Ampharos going in here, doing its work. And yes, folks, it is good. It can take quite a few hits. And I mean, it's just a cool looking Pokemon, to be honest. A little trophy here. And Zapdos will come in and sweep just a little bit. Unfortunately, I was not able to do it with just 2 Pokemon. I mean, if I was to do... Because I was, like I said, I wasn't thinking I'm going to do this with 2 Pokemon. I did the Hariyama with Porygon, and then I came over here to do this one. But I wasn't thinking I'm going to use 2 Pokemon. I was thinking I'm going to use 3. But then, to my surprise, once again, my Pokemon just keep surprising me. And then I was like, wow, I'm taking this... Got to push it to the limit right now and see what we can do. Push it to the limit. So we did, and I used Magneton, and I started dodging, and he actually put it in work. One of the reasons being probably, you know, Poison's not very effective, and neither is Blizzard, so I gave it that edge just to last a little bit longer. But I've had it powered up for quite some time now. I actually used it in replace of Jolteon because I refused to power up a Jolteon and a Vaporeon a long time ago just because there was a ton of them. Jolteon's not so much. I just wanted to be different. I don't know really what I was doing, but probably should have done that a long time ago to help me out, take out those other Pokemon. But this is the one that actually did that. So put it in work beautifully. Dodge. There you go. And if you're wondering what should you do when you have all your charges, should you use them right away or should you save them? To be honest, it's just my play style, how I feel at the moment. At first, I was just pumping out the charges, pumping them out right as they came. I let them charge up for a bit. It really just depends on if you think the charge move is going to be coming from the raid boss. So maybe you should hold off and wait till it does it, and then you can go ahead and just go to town on them. But that's pretty much it. There's no real pattern here. There's no way to get more damage if you save them or if you just use them. Honestly, you should probably use them in case you get defeated, so you don't just have all your charges sitting there and wasted. Alright, so that's about it. We're actually going to be taking a look at something pretty silly here. Ever since the update from 0.891, there hasn't been anything too buggy quite yet, right? Except for one thing. And we're going to take a look at it right after this catch. Okay, so now let's take a look at that thing I was talking about that might be a bug that they need to fix. Do you see that Zubat? And don't mind the horrible throws you're going to see here in a second. I was laughing so hard, I couldn't even throw straight. I was just like, what is with this Zubat? And why does it look like it's just flapping in the wind and it's about to fly away? You know when birds fly in the wind, they can barely hold themselves up there because it's windy? That's what this reminded me of. Alright, so I haven't seen any issues yet with any other Pokemon. And if you haven't noticed also that they've changed the distance between a lot of Pokemon, including Kyogre. That's why if you have the update now, you are able to hit it a lot easier because it's closer. So they changed a lot of the distances on that, including Lapras. So that was pretty surprising because that used to be far back. And same with the Kyogre. Now they're both right up in your face. Almost not quite like Ho-Oh, but pretty much like Groudon. Okay, so let's take a look at another thing. This Pokemon here, its distance is farther back, but pay attention to the Pokeball. Did you see that I started with the Ultra Ball there? Or I'm sorry, the Great Ball, and I do have Pokeballs, 88 of them. So I'm going to pick the Ultra Ball, I'm going to back out, and now I'm going to go back in, and it should start with the Ultra Ball. And that's not a bug, I'm pretty sure they left it like that. So the last Pokeball you used while you're in a catch screen, not using your Go Plus or anything, is the Pokeball that will stay for the next time. As far as will that Pokeball that you picked work for your Go Plus, like you're selecting it, already tried, it's all the Pokeballs still. No, you can't select Ultras or Great Balls for your Go Plus. Although that would be nice, that option, wouldn't it? Because I seem to find myself running out of those Pokeballs real quick when I'm doing grinding, when I'm driving around. But nonetheless, it's fine. So bring that to your attention. Pokemon have different distances. It varies. I haven't checked them all yet. So let's see this ferret here. see what it looks like. It pretty much looks the same, except for maybe a little bit farther back, because before, when it came up to you to do its little attack animation, it was kind of right in your face, a little bit closer. So I think this one's a little farther back. All right, so I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to bring you this information and show you those raids, because Hariyama, Ampharos, Magneton, those are all some of my favorite Pokemon, and I just wanted to show you how good they are in the raid. So with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all later. And that is my little grind spot. As you know, that's where I came up, boy. That is it. Worked hard on these streets, these 3 Pokestops. All right, take care.